We have now reached the point, ladies and gentlemen, where simply reviewing a movie, regardless of whatever your opinion might be of said movie, just giving a review to a movie makes you a racist, a sexist, a misogynist, a homophobe, a whatever all the other isms are out there. You should lose your livelihood, you should be canceled, and your family should be mocked and shamed, and every mistake you've ever made should be highlighted in order to make sure the mob comes for you. That is where we are. And if there has ever been a better example of the woke movement being completely broken, it's this right here. Now, we know the woke movement has been broken long before this, but this really does show a lot of people that might be considered normies to the woke movement, and it just shows them how absolutely insane that these freaks on Twitter are, because they truly are insane. They truly are mentally ill. Now, Jeremy Jahns has been in the game for a long time. You all probably know Jeremy Jahns. If you don't, he's an OG at this point in time. He's been around for well over a decade. I've been watching the guy forever. He is probably my favorite movie reviewer. I've been watching him for so long. And he's a guy that, if you look at that old guard of kind of movie review guys from back in the day, he's the one guy that has stayed true and kept his values all the way through. And he has not pandered to anyone. He's just continued to be himself, and that's why so many people appreciate him and respect him, and he doesn't apologize for it, nor should he, because he's done nothing wrong. He's continuing to be the same guy that he's always been. He's been very consistent. He's not bought and paid for, and I think, generally speaking, people are seeing that, and they respect him and appreciate him for that. But the woke mob is now very, very mad at Jeremy Jahns, and he's pissing a lot of people off. And we're going to take a look at DA's video here in just a minute covering this whole thing. But if you even look at just the response here, 2,600 downvotes, which is a lot more than Jeremy normally would get, but it's not bad at all. And again, you've basically just got the mob is kind of like coming after him right now. If you look at Jeremy's normal videos, he usually has like a 98, 99% like to dislike ratio, just like I do, just like most people do. But now that he's got the woke weirdos out there, they're crying their eyes out. So we're going to go over here to DA's video. Shout out to DA again. He just hit 20,000 subscribers. Congratulations to him. And I want to go ahead and watch his video because I tried to search some of these people out and I'm blocked by so many. Like Kongman has this person right here, you know, confirmed racist Jeremy Jahns, because Jeremy Jahns gave an opinion on a movie, so therefore he just must be a racist. So, and I started to look up some of these names, and I'm like, man, most of these people have me blocked anyway. Matt Walsh actually gave Jeremy Jahns a shout out. Most mainstream critics have ignored our film, but Jeremy Jahns had the guts to not only review it, but even praise it. His review has over 300,000 views in less than a day. Maybe it will inspire other major critics to follow his lead, and I agree with that. So let's go over to DA's video and check this out.
Hey, all right, everybody, check it out, man. So Matt Walsh's Am I Racist dropped this past weekend. You guys are probably aware of that. I've done a couple of videos on it already. Super funny movie, man. Hilarious as hell. I highly recommend this. Go out and watch it. You'll have a great.
And I haven't seen Am I a Racist yet, but I want to. I've heard really good things about it across the board from anybody who's seen it so far. As you know, I've had some back and forth with Matt Walsh. We got into a battle on Twitter a while back. We you know, talked to each other in the DMs and kind of squashed all of that. I obviously disagree with a lot of his takes on pop culture and things like that, but what he did with What Is a Woman was just a phenomenal film, and a film that still kind of carries a lot of weight today when you're dealing with a lot of these weirdos on the left, and you just simply ask them that question, what is a woman? And they can't answer it. And now he's done the same thing with this Am I a Racist? And he's moving the needle once again, so I'm very happy about that.
Great time. Bring a friend, you know, bring a friend and have a discussion afterwards in regards to what it is that they're talking about. Matt Walsh does a hilarious takedown of the race hustle, race grift industry. You know, and it's really not that political. It's really just focusing on that and that alone. And I think a lot of people will dig this movie. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie in the world, but it's hilarious as hell. Funniest movie of the year, of this year, 2024, so far. But you guys will remember, I did a video talking about how there seems to be no mainstream critics reviewing this movie. All right. It's sitting right now at 99% on the, I guess they call this the popcorn meter now or whatever, with 500 plus verified ratings.
When did they change it to the popcorn meter? It was always a tomato meter. Is that new policy where if it's like, verified hot, it's like a popcorn meter now? I don't know.
9%. You go to the all audience, 95% with 2,005. I guess they call this the pop.
So people are loving this movie, 99% on 500 verified reviews, and then you have 95% from all audience, yet there's no tomato meter. There's nobody that's actually, they don't have any critics beside it. And why? Well, we're going to talk about that, but like the fact that they would have to put 100% beside a Matt Walsh movie, Rotten Tomatoes does not want to do that at all.
Corn meter now or whatever, with 500 plus verified ratings, 99%. You go to the all audience, 95% with 2,500 ratings. So yeah, this thing is actually doing pretty good, with audiences. I think it got an A out of the cinema score for people that actually did go and watch it. And you do find people on both sides of the political aisle that are like, hey man, it's a funny movie, Funny is funny. This is a funny movie. Go check it out. You see people on both sides of the political aisle saying this. But nevertheless, yeah, no mainstream critics are rocking with it. And as a matter of fact, we just finally got like a fifth critic review to give this thing a tomato, all right? Because you guys remember on the last one where I was discussing, like, hey, there's no critics reviewing this movie. We only had 4 on Rotten Tomatoes. This guy Colin, Avi Offer, Christian Toto, and of course Alan Ng from Film Threat. Well, we do have a 5th one now. This guy Matthew Pekovic. He gives it a tomato, all right? So this thing should have, been sitting at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Gave it a 4 out of 5, but I guess that didn't trigger the tomato meter to kick.
Oh, it's trigger. It's done some triggering for sure. Just not in the direction that Rotten Tomatoes wanted. Because I guarantee you, if that was a 12 or a 15 or a 20 or 30%, they would smack that up there real quick. But because it's 100%, coincidentally, it's just not there. Interesting.
Kick into high gear and show the score. So I started to wonder, okay, look, is there anybody out there reviewing this thing? Like where are the reviews coming from? So I went to my normal general YouTube reviewers, and the very first guy that I looked for, he did review it, and that is Jeremy Jahns. Yeah, Jeremy Jahns actually did go out and review the movie. As you can see, he has 2 million, almost 2 million subscribers. Not a small YouTuber, not some kind of fringe channel. Most of you guys probably, subscribe to Jeremy Jahns yourself. Yeah, he did go out here and he did review the film, Am I Racist? Okay. So, hey, shout out to Jeremy Jahns for not being a giant coward. Okay. Regardless of what his review was, the man just did his job. All right. It's kind of funny because he even mentions that in his description. Not many mainstream reviews of this one, so now I gotta review it. Here's my review of Matt Walsh's social experiment film, Am I Racist? All right. Now, I couldn't help but see this, because I don't really, I watch Jeremy Jahns reviews, but I really never paid attention to this, the up and down, the dislikes and the likes. And I saw, like, man, he's got like 2.3.
That's 100% the Twitter mob going. And dislike, and that's fine. Like, it is what it is. Jeremy's normal videos are going to be between 98 and 99% like the dislike ratio, just like mine. But when you kind of step out a little bit and you talk about things that you normally don't talk about, or if you piss off a certain crowd, like my Dr. Disrespect videos usually are at about 85 to 90% like to dislike ratio, because I have a take that pisses off a certain portion of my audience, or either Dr. Disrespect fans that don't normally watch my content. They come in there and they see it and they don't like that I, have questions and strong opinions on the topic or whatever else. So it's going to be a little bit lower than my norm. And that's all that's happening here. But that's still a very strong like to dislike ratio.
1,000 dislikes. Is this generally what Jeremy Jahns would see for his dislikes? So, I kind of went back and said, all right, man, let's see, what does his other films do? All right, he did review The Killer's Game, which I saw, you can check it out if you want to. Yeah, like 5 down votes, all right? 5 dislikes, all right? What about Speak No Evil? All right, it's solid review. 47, all right? Like, people really don't like me down voting his videos like this. Beetlejuice, yeah, 141.
Yep.
So, like, why is it that Am I Racist? Why does this movie have like 2.3 thousand dislikes. You know, what's going on here? So, I started to do my investigating. And, of course, that took me to Twitter. My bad, Elon. I should be saying X by now, right? All right, X. All right, you search X for Jeremy Jahns, Am I Racist? And you find a whole lot of material, right? These cats are just absolutely losing it over this situation, man. Everybody's pissed off. It's happening already. These weirdos are going after Jeremy Jahns for reviewing Matt Walsh's Am I Racist? Yeah, this guy Rant Man. He just basically screen caps a few things that people are saying about it, all right? Jeremy Jahns gave a positive review to Matt Walsh's Am I Racist? And I immediately unsubscribed. I was a Jeremy Jahns subscriber for over 12 years, but not anymore. He has disappointed me, even more so than his biased Star Wars reviews since The Last Jedi. Jeremy can fuck off. I mean,
this cat was subscribed for 12 years. 12 years. And because one opinion that he didn't agree with, suddenly he's out and he's got to tweet about it. He's got to cry about it. He's got to tell you his feelings on it because Jeremy Jahns is a terrible human being now out of nowhere over one fucking review.
Damn, just because this cat reviewed a movie. The man reviews a movie because he's a movie reviewer. That's his job. And he does his job and people are unsubscribing for him. Do you understand now why nobody's doing this crap? All right, because they're running scared. They're scared of their own audience. Instead of doing their job and saying, hey, I'm a film reviewer. This is what it is I do. Okay, I'm just going to do my job. There it go. Nope, they're running scared because you got jackasses like these idiots here, Ed E.
The number one thing you can't be on YouTube is scared of your audience. If you become scared of your audience, then you will never be honest with your audience again. So that's why I say I've made a lot of videos on Dr. Disrespect, a lot of videos on Mr. Beast. I've kind of gotten bored with the Mr. Beast stuff, to be honest. Like I was getting great views and interactions on those Beast videos. I'm just kind of tired of this fucking story altogether. But yeah, so my likes and dislikes on those videos are far significantly lower than when I'm talking about, my normal thing. Even when I talk about something like PlayStation or anything like that, I typically get a little bit lower because I often criticize Sony, and there's a lot of fans of the PlayStation, which is totally fine. So that's just part of it, man. You've got to be honest with your audience, and you can't really worry about it. If you're worried about people that are going to unsubscribe from you over one video, then you need to accept that they're always going to unsubscribe. They were always going to unsubscribe over something. They were always going to be fucking offended or cry about something, so you can't even worry about pandering to a person that emotionally unstable.
Or this guy, Grant, Jeremy Jahns starting a review off with, first off, Matt Walsh is surprisingly funny. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I mean, like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh, no.
A man reviews a movie because his job is to review the movie, and people are flipping their lids? It's absolutely ridiculous, man. Kata came in. No way people are calling Jeremy Jahns, of all people, racist and a Nazi for this movie review. Oh, brother, well, look forward to the video tomorrow. Yeah, Kata's going to have something up. So make sure you guys go and search his channel for that. He'll be having a video up. But he screen caps this thing. This guy, I guess, Sandwich. Time to unsub from Jeremy Jahns, I guess. This guy doesn't even mention the fact that he gave it a good review or bad.
Yeah, he doesn't even say, like, for what? He's screenshotting it saying, because he gave a review of a movie, I am done. I'm unsubscribing. And you have the right to do that, and I have the right to call you an emotionally unstable fucking weirdo, okay? Because that's exactly what anybody that does this is. Emotionally unstable weirdo right there.
Review or whatever. All he did is just screen cap the fact that, hey, Jeremy Jahns reviewed the movie. I'm unsubscribing. This is the kind of nonsense we're dealing with, man. Like, yeesh. This guy here, Noah Villaverde, beyond his contribution to the dumbing down of film criticism, Jeremy Jahns is also embracing full-blown racism. Sounds like you can't excuse this infamous moment from years back as a product of edgy internet humor. I can, actually. This stuff doesn't bother me whatsoever,
And there's somebody hiding replies. So you're silencing someone already in your replies because they said something you don't agree with.
Yeah, I see somebody in blackface with a wig on acting crazy or whatever. It doesn't shake me up at all. All right. Some of y'all are really sensitive, I guess, but it's like, whatever. It's a guy in blackface. Do I agree with it? No. But do I care? No. Do whatever
Nobody
you like.
cares.
I'm not going to, like castigate you forever because you did a bit at one point in your career, right? But yeah, they will, because now this stuff is just digging up. They're drawing it all the way back up from the time he did this Blade review, I guess, with some black makeup and a wig, Again, man, like, I don't really give a shit about this type of stuff. They're using this as a deflection for the fact that the man just wanted to review a movie.
If there was a problem before Matt Walsh, why didn't you talk about it before the Matt Walsh thing? Because you weren't really upset about it.
That's basically all it is to it, right? Yeah.
And the whole thing is like, first of all, you can be offended over whatever you want to be offended over. That's your right. It's also my right to not give a fuck about your feelings, and I don't. If you are a person with pronouns in your bio and you are actively looking to be fake offended every single day on the internet over something that has nothing to do with you, I don't give a shit about you or your feelings. Your feelings mean absolutely nothing to me. Your fake offended nature means nothing to me. I will just laugh. But you have the right. You could feel the way you want to feel. There's nothing wrong with you having whatever feelings and opinions you want. The same applies to me. And I don't give a shit about your feelings.
This guy, Anthony Cheesem, Jeremy Jahns reviewing Am I Racist? Wasn't on my bingo card in 2024, but he did review Sound of Freedom. So I shouldn't be shocked, or I should be shocked.
So because he reviewed Sound of Freedom, a movie about protecting children, that's your trump card in this whole thing? Holy shit. That's your trump card right there, that he reviewed Sound of Freedom, a movie about protecting children. Therefore, I can't support Jeremy Jahns. This is not the win you think it is, bro. In fact, thank you for saying that, because that puts the woke mind virus right there in full perspective as to what these weirdos think. Wow. Holy crap.
LOL. What's the problem? The man is a film reviewer. He's reviewing a film. Why should this be some sort of a problem in 2024? Like, people need to grow up in 2024, man. Like, what the hell is this? All right. Yeah, Sound of Freedom was another movie that a lot of critics kind of dodged around. They didn't want to review it. Like, yeah, review the movies and let people know what it is. Hey, you know what? You guys trust me. You want to know if you should go and watch a movie. I, as a film reviewer, are going to let you know what I think. And, that's how these guys make their money. That's how they make a living.
Well, and so Jeremy Jahns is basically now the poster child for all of these woke freaks to set an example for all the other movie reviewers to understand, like, if you review a movie that we deem as offensive, then we're going to go after you and we're going to cancel you and we're going to dig up all these things from your past and we're going to expose you and call you all of these names. And a lot of people don't want to be called these names because it used to mean something to call someone a racist or a sexist. It doesn't really carry that much weight anymore. But if you're kind of a normie in the middle of this whole thing, then those words probably still have a huge impact on you. Because you haven't been desensitized to it like people like me have, who's been called a racist since like 2016, I think. And so I don't really care anymore. In fact, all it means is that you're successful. That's essentially what racist means in 2024, is that, hey, this person is successful and I don't like that they're successful, so I'm going to call them an ist or an ism or a phobe. But this right here is, all of this is meant to set a tone and an example to show all these other movie reviewers, like, if you review a movie we don't want you to review, or if you highlight something we don't want you to highlight, this is what we're going to do to you. That's what they're doing to Jeremy Jahns right now.
Telling people what they think of various films that come out. You shouldn't be shocked. Nobody should be shocked that Jeremy Jahns reviewed this movie. And honestly, it's just insane that people are even like mad about it. Jeremy Jahns gave Matt Walsh's Am I Racist a good time. No alcohol required, by the way. So what? Good. That's his review of the movie. Go watch his movie and enjoy it. It says, well, shit, YouTube film critic Jeremy Jahns gave a positive review of Matt Walsh's film Am I Racist earlier today. And yeah, so they're showing his Social Blade, and I'll zoom in on this. Yeah, so Social Blade, we were seeing this with Star Wars Explained, right? He has a huge drop-off on Sunday, all right?
See, this is why Social Blade changing, or I don't know if it was Social Blade or YouTube. I think it might have been YouTube. So they actually changed, this is a couple years ago, where you can't have the live view count. So when you have a channel of the size of Jeremy Jahns, it only counts subs in the 10,000s now. Like for my channel, I think it counts in the thousands. So every 1,000 new subscribers I get, that's where it counts it. It's not like I gained 1,000 subscribers in that day. It means that my channel increased at that threshold that Social Blade registers now. So Jeremy Jahns didn't lose 10,000 subscribers. He did not. He dropped below a threshold, so it makes it look like he lost 10,000, but he didn't. So, like, if you look on my Social Blade, not recently because we've been gaining so many subscribers, but you go back and you can see, like, oh, the channel lost 1,000 subscribers, but then the next day it gained 1,000 because I might have been at, like, 396,005. And then I lost 10 subscribers. So then I go down to like 395,000 and 95, or 995. But Social Blade is going to show that I lost 1,000 subscribers. But in reality, I only lost 10 subscribers, but it dropped me below the threshold. That's what happened here. A lot of people are taking that and running with it, that he lost 10,000 subscribers. He did not lose 10,000 subscribers at all. Did he lose some? Probably. Did he lose a few hundred? Yes. Could it have been 1,000? Maybe. He didn't lose 10,000. So I guarantee you that he will get those 10,000 back in a very short amount of time. But that's just to explain how Social Blade registers. Social Blade is not wrong in the numbers that they're reporting. They're only reporting the numbers that are available to them. But it is very misleading when you have a channel that size. So again, his channel counts by the 10,000s, mine counts by the thousands, and then a smaller channel, like say, DA, for instance, DA's is probably going to count by the hundreds. Whereas before it used to count by individuals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. Now it goes in those increments because of the change.
Loses 10,000 subs. All right. He lost 10,000 subs. Now, Jeremy Jahns is going to be just fine. But yeah, he lost 10K subs because there's people melting down, all right, over the fact that he reviewed a movie. And I'm pretty sure Jeremy Jahns will make that up back in no time flat. But I mean, it's just insane, man, that, yeah, this is where we're at right now. That these tolerant people, right? Oh, we're so tolerant. We want to hear all sides and viewpoints or whatever, and then we could come to our own conclusions ourselves. We have what we believe. You have what you believe. Let's all, meld together, whatever. Yeah, nah. We just canceling you if you review a movie, okay? And yeah, this is that whole Blade situation, right? With his Am I Racist review, it's a good time to highlight this milestone in Jeremy Jahns' career. Yeah, so like something that he probably doesn't, like right now in his own personal life. He did this little bit, So what? So what? I don't understand why people are still pressed over that, man.
Well, because this is, again, they're not. Because if they weren't talking about it, 3 days ago, why are they talking about it today? Well, because they need to find some type of thing to confirm their new boogeyman that they've created with Jeremy Jahns. That's ultimately what this comes down to.
Jeremy Jahns gave a positive review of Matt Walsh's Am I Racist with all the exclamation points in the world. These people are pressed, man. These little soft, simpy people are pressed as fuck over the guy reviewing a movie. Okay, sounds like Jeremy Jahns has fully embraced that right-wing side of the internet. He reviewed Am I Racist and gave it a positive review. Shocking horror, right? Get the fuck out of here, man. These people are sad, man. This is the same dude, this Villa Verde guy. This guy here, the horror outlaw, says Jeremy Jahns has always sucked. It's amazing people valued his opinion at all. Him being a racist and a centrist coward is not surprising in the slightest. What? Wait a minute. All right, hold up. Time out. So being a centrist is being a coward? Just kind of being down the middle? You can see where these people are, right? If you're a centrist, you're a coward. And then, of course, because he reviewed the movie, he's a racist now. Now he's a racist because he reviews a movie.
a centrist. A centrist. Like, he didn't say fence sitting. He said a centrist. What?
Unbelievable, you guys. Unbelievable nonsense we're seeing. But yeah, again, this is where these weirdos line up. This guy, Movie Chumps. I see the weirdos are being weird about Jeremy Jahns. I don't agree with all of his reviews, but saying he's a racist because he reviewed Matt Walsh's Am I Racist is hilarious to the point of absurdity. Please go touch grass. Absolutely, Movie Chumps. 1,000%, man. Go touch that damn grass because this is absolutely insane. Yikes, man. Yeah, people just dancing all over this, all right? Well, Jeremy Jahns has Am I Racist and a positive review today. And, yeah, he reviews it positively, and then people are melting down. People are pissed. Here go that same guy, Ed E., you know, basically saying he had unsubscribed from Jeremy Jahns. Not defending Matt Walsh whatsoever, but you expect a review not to be biased to some degree. That makes zero sense. This guy's same. I've been a subscriber since 2013. Not anymore. I'm extremely disappointed in him. I would be disappointed if he didn't review the movie. Yes. I'm disappointed in all of these other movie reviewers that are not reviewing this movie and are clearly running scared from you idiots.
Yep.
Oh, man, I would do it on GP. On GP, I'm reviewing the movie. Too bad if you don't like the fact that I reviewed it. Unsubscribe, get lost. I would review the movie on GP alone. General principle, that is, for those that don't know. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. This is not an airport. You don't have to announce to the world that you are leaving or departing when someone does that or does something you don't like. I guess just leave. Yeah, just go. It's insane, man. This is where we are in this world today, man. Get over yourself. Yeah, I mean, really, really, seriously. He's 50 now, and it's become evident his penis is way below average, and the hookers told him so, and he's angry. Look at the shots that people are taking. This is a full-blown meltdown. This guy, Dave Almighty, full-blown meltdown because a man reviewed a movie, and now you got to get out here and insult him and talk about his penis size and all of this silly shit. These people are fucking weird, man. Sheesh, man. I don't understand it, man.
The woke meltdown has completely broken. That's what it comes down to. And yeah, if you do go over to Rotten Tomatoes, that is the all audience score is 95%, the verified audience. And if we refresh here, let's see, nothing. So nothing on the tomato meter right now. There's nothing. Which again, welcome to Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes does not want you to see what's going on, and they don't want to put 100% beside Matt Walsh's name because this is the type of weirdos that we're dealing with. You know, racist confirmed, all because Jeremy Jahns gave a review to a movie. Am I Racist? So I will leave a link to DA's channel over there because he went over some of the things. Because again, a lot of these weirdos have me blocked. So I was just like, well, instead of doing that, I'll just I'll go over to DA's video, and he's doing great work over there. But what are your guys' thoughts? I am gonna go see Am I Racist very soon. I'm looking forward to it. Again, he did a great job with What Is a Woman. And I'm looking forward to seeing this one. It seems like people are loving it. The woke media is losing their minds. Wokeness in general is breaking down, and it's losing any credibility that it ever had. Not that it ever had much, but it certainly has zero now. And no one's really paying attention to these people, and they're going to continue to not pay attention to them. The game has changed. The pendulum has finally started to swing back in the other direction, and it's not slowing down, and it's not going anywhere. So wokeness is dying. Common sense and normal people are actually starting to get noticed, and they are starting to, thrive in all of this nonsense. And what Matt Walsh has done is a massive win. So I applaud him and the Daily Wire for that. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.